A pleasant morning, everyone. I am Sarah May Sancho, and this is my presentation. Mabuhay! Welcome to Northern Mindanao. Northern Mindanao is also designated as Region 10. It composed of 5 beautiful provinces, which are the Bukidnon, Misamis Oriental, Misamis Occidental, Lanao del Norte, and Camigan. And it has 2 highly urbanized cities on Northern Mindanao, which are the Cagayan de Oro City and Iligan City. So in the port of access, the region is accessible in via land, air, and sea. So by air, we have the Laguindinan International Airport, which is the main airport that serves the cities of Cagayan de Oro and Iligan City, as well as the provinces of Misamis Oriental and Lanao del Norte. There are flights from Manila to Cagayan de Oro with approximate travel of 1 hour and a half. So by sea, we have the Super Ferry, Cebu Ferries, and Negros Navigation Service Cebu, Manila, and Osamis routes. There are also ferries routes to Cagayan de Oro City. Ferries from Manila and Cebu to Cagayan de Oro is also available through to-go travel ferries. And lastly, we have by land. Double trunco buses offer Manila to Cagayan de Oro trips for around 42 hours of travel time. Getting around, the main modes of transportation within and around the provinces are jeepneys, taxis, passenger vans, and pedicab. There is also a horse-drawn carriage called dardanelias, which usually serve the route in barangays. Welcome on the first province of Northern Mindanao, the Bukidnon. Bukidnon is also labeled as a highland paradise in the heart of Mindanao, while it derives its name in Bisaya term bukid or mountain. Fast facts about Bukidnon. Bukidnon is the capital of Malaybalay City. This province has a land area of 1,049,859 hectares. Its major industries are agriculture, livestock, farming, and lastly, food processing. Bukidnon has 2 numbers of cities and 20 numbers of towns and municipalities. Attractions and activities of Bukidnon. There is two historical, cultural, and heritage attractions of Bukidnon. The first one is Erection del Pueblo, and the second one is Monastery of Transfiguration. Did you know that Erection del Pueblos is a record series dealing with the establishment of towns, sitios, barrios, visitas, parishes, and districts is composed of 236 bundles of manuscripts, drawing, illustrations, plans, and maps. The Erection del Pueblos is located in Plaza Rizal. The Transfiguration Monastery or home of Benedictine monks is known for its pyramid chapel, which is popular destination for people who wants to pray and for those who are seeking peace of mind, calmness of soul, and spirit. There are four natural attractions of Bukidnon. The first one is Nasuli Spring, Two Trees Mountain, Mount Kitanglan Range Natural Park, and the last one is Kaamulan Natural Park. Here are the some of pictures of its attractions. So there are also four build attractions of Bukidnon. The first one is Bukidnon Provincial Capital. The second one is Rojas Monument. The third one is Del Monte Pineapple Plantation. And the last one is the Stable Eco Resort. Here are the some of pictures of its attractions. Bukidnon range of accommodations. So if you want to go to Bukidnon, here are the hotels you may stay in less than 1,500 per night. The Monastery of the Transfiguration, Ono Business Hotel, Bukidnon Business Hotel, Waterpool Hotel, GB Hotel Valencia, DDD Habitat Bukidnon House. These are the mid-range 1,500 to 3,000 per night, the Dahilayan Forest Park Resort, Pitcher Plant Farm, and Loisa Suites. These are the high-end hotel at least 3,000 per night, the Pine Grove Hotel and RR Private Homes. Food and delicacies of Bukidnon that you should try to eat. First is binaki. Binaki or puntos is a type of steamed corn sweet tamales from two regions in the Philippines, which is Bukidnon and Bogo. Binaki has made from ground yellow corn, milk butter, sugar, baking powder, and grated cheese. Aside from the plain binaki, there are also special binakas filled with the different flavors like cheese, chocolate, dark chocolate, and strawberry. The second one is piñasitas, which is the famous food delicacies in Bukidnon. And the third one is banyadas. Banyadas, it is light but crunchy level around bread similar to Palenches cookies but bigger in size and top-coated with icing. The etymology of the word itself, it is Spanish origin bañado de sol with the English term which means sunlit. You might also like the Acon, Del Monte Pineapple, and lastly, the Del Monte Burger Patties. Festival and special events of Bukidnon. There are only one festivals in Bukidnon, which is the Kaamulan Festivals. On February, it is an ethnical cultural festival held annually in Malaybalay City, Bukidnon. Everyone visit and wander this province of Misamis Oriental. Fast facts about Misamis Oriental. Misamis Oriental is the capital of Cagayan de Oro City. This province has a land area of 354,432 hectares. Its major industries are agriculture, manufacturing industry, and lastly, fishing. Misamis Oriental has a number of 2 cities and 24 numbers of town and municipalities. Attractions and activities of Misamis Oriental. There are 6 historical, cultural, and heritage attractions of Misamis Oriental. The first one is Viga Ancient Home, Huluga Caves, Gardens of Malasag Ecotourism Village, St. Augustine Cathedral, City Museum of Cagayan de Oro, and lastly, Museum of Three Cultures. Here are the some of pictures of its attractions. These are the natural attractions of Misamis Oriental. The first one is Sipaka Point, Libun Lawit Falls, Initaw National Park, Lingon-Lingon Plateau Park, Pubutan Beach, Whitewater Rafting Adventure, and lastly, the Migtugsok Falls. Here are the some of pictures of its attractions. Lastly, there are 6 built attractions of Misamis Oriental. The first one is Lasang Secret Adventure Eco-Tourist Park, Mapua Nature Park, Night Cafe and Market, Zipline Adventure, Gaston Park, and lastly, the Makahambus Adventure Park. Here are the some of pictures of its attractions. Range of accommodations in Misamis Oriental. These are the hotels budget less than 1,500 per night. First is Mapawa Nature Park, Harbor Lights Hotel, Grace Resident Hall, St. Nicholas Travelers Inn, Red Planet CDO, Casa Luciana Guest House, Casa Azucena Hotel Sugu CDO, Pearlmont Hotel, Country Village Hotel, and lastly, the Discovery Hotel. These are the mid-range hotel budget 1,500 to 3,000 per night. The first one is Malasag Ecotourism Village, VIP Hotel, Pearlmont Hotel, Pacifico Boutique Hotel, GC Suite Hotel, Uptown Condotel, Mulberry Suites Business Hotel, Mantangal Alibuag Dive Resort Incorporation, and lastly, the N Hotel. These are the high-end hotels, at least 3,000 per night. The first one is Seda Centro Hotel, Lemket Kylax Hotel, Apple Tree Hotel, and the fourth one is Jolly Beach Resort and Conference Center. Food and delicacies of Misamis Oriental. The first one is sinuglaw. Sinuglaw is a dish composed of grilled pork belly and fish ceviche. This can be considered as a main dish or an appetizer. And the second one is torones de mani. This delicacy is for those who love sweets. This is made of caramelized sugar, crushed peanut coated with honey, and wrapped in wafer. This can be easily found in souvenir or pasalubong shops. The third one is halang-halang. Halang-halang is a spicy chicken dish made with a coconut milk and chilies. This dish is also quite known in Misamis Oriental as it is famous for its coconuts. We have also here the chicharon, cashew nuts, ham, and lastly, remember me. Festivals and special events of Misamis Oriental. There are only 2 festivals on Misamis Oriental. The first one is Cagayan Festival. On August 26, it features street dancing competition and trade fairs. The second one is Hudiaca Festival. On May 30 to June 9, it is a week-long celebration featuring agri-industrial fair, sports, concerts, and cultural shows. Visit and explore the third province of Northern Mindanao, the Misamis Occidental. Misamis Occidental is known to its neighbor for beautiful waters and bountiful fish and seafood for export. Fast facts: Misamis Occidental is the capital of Oriquita City. This province has a land area of 205,522 hectares. Its major industries are aquaculture industry and agriculture. Misamis Occidental has a number of 3 cities and 15 numbers of towns and municipalities. Attractions and activities of Misamis Occidental. There are 4 historical, cultural, and heritage attractions of Misamis Occidental. The first one is Fort Santiago. Did you know that Fort Santiago is one of the oldest fortifications in Manila? It was built in 1571, and this is one of the 4 Spanish forts built during colonial times. The second one is Shrine of Nuestra Señora de la Concepción del Triunfo. This fort is an important historical landmark of the area as it symbolizes the city's cultural heritage, which is dedicated to the city patron Nuestra Señora de la Inmaculada Concepción y del Triunfo de la Cruz de Megpangi. The third one is Bukagan Hill. This historical hill is used to be the beacon of hope and safety of the American Misamis known World War II guerrilla soldiers, housing 2 big Spanish bells to warn them of the approaching Japanese during the war. And the last one is Bicaro and Central Hope. These are one of the most prominent structures in heritage districts in the Bacaro houses, essentially an American colonial-era bahay na bato in built 1914. These are the pictures of historical, cultural, and heritage attractions of Misamis Occidental. So we have here the natural attractions. First is Mount Malinda Grange Natural Park, Sibukal Hot Spring, Giban Falls, Sunrise Beach, and lastly, Piduan Falls. These are the pictures of each natural attractions. And lastly, we have belt attractions of Misamis Occidental. The first one is Nazareno Dam, Misamis Occidental Aquamarine Park, Nayumis Botanical Garden and Tourist Inn, Sersiaco Pastrano Hanging Bridge, and lastly, Oroquita City Plaza. These are the pictures of belt attractions. Range of accommodation of Misamis Occidental. These are the budget hotels less than 1,500 per night. First one is Royal Garden Hotel, Plaza Beatrice Hotel, Rubik's Place Hotel and Restaurant, Sienna Hotel, Aloha Dreamland Beach Resort, Daminars Riverside Garden, 67th Boulevard Pension House, and lastly, JV Osamis Hotel. In Maidrage Hotel, 1,500 to 3,000 per night, we have Gocos Island Resort and RE7 Medina Waters Hotels and Resort. And lastly, we have the high-end hotel at least 3,000 per night, which is Nayumis Botanical Garden. Food and delicacies of Misamis Occidental, a delicious and nutritious merienda treat. So we have here the maron, a variety of suman. Chocolate maron is a sweety taste treat made of glutinous rice or rice flavor mix, chocolate, sugar, and coconut milk. It is rolled and wrapped in banana leaves, the boiled or steamed. So we have also suman, a Filipino delicacy is made in elongated rice neatly wrapped in banana leaves. And lastly, we have halang-halang. Visit and join their festivals and special events. We have 3 festivals and special events. The first one is Pasongko Sigmis Okse Festival. On November, it commemorates the founding anniversary of the province. And the third one is Subayan Keg Subanen Festival. On July 16, it is a week-long festival celebrating the feast of Nuestra Señora de la Concepción del Triunfo, Our Lady of Triumph. Province of Northern Mindanao, the ecological rich province of Lanao del Norte, the land of beauty and bounty. Fast facts: Lanao del Norte is the capital of Tubod. This province has a land area of 415,994. The major industries are agriculture, fishing, and lastly, wood industry. Lana del Norte has one number of cities and 22 numbers of town and municipalities. And activities of Lana del Norte. There are two historical, cultural, and heritage attractions of Lana del Norte. The first one is Makapagal Makaraig Ancestral Home. This house was constructed in 1950 and it was considered as the first heritage house in the Philippines by the National Institutes. It is made of wood and concrete cement since it was donated by former President Gloria Macapagal Arroyo. And the second one is Fort Almonte. Fort Almonte was constructed in 1891 and served as a defensive stronghold against raiders protecting western Mindano's coastline territory. It was named after Admiral Pedro de Almonte, who led colonization campaigns with Sebastian Hurtado de Correa in Mindanao and Jolo in 1639. Natural attractions of Llano del Norte: the Maria Cristina Falls, Tinago Falls, Limunsudan Falls, Timugas Suring, Mount Agad-Agad, Pikawalag Public Beach, and lastly, Lake Nunungan. These are some of pictures of natural attractions. We have also four belt attraction: the Llano del Norte National Comprehensive High School, Provincial Picnic Park, Mindanao Civic Center, and lastly, Baluan Lake. These are the pictures of Belt's attraction. Llano del Norte range of accommodations. These are the hotels you may possibly stay in, budget less than 1,500 per night: the Maria Cristina Hotel, Red Sea Residence, Celadon Pension House, Staylight Suites, and lastly, Mindanao Civic Center. These are the two mid-range hotels, budget 1,500 to 3,000 per night. First one is Plaza Alamenya Hotel, and the second one is Bethany Gardens. And lastly, we have one high-end hotel at least 3,000 per night, the Allen Residence. Food and delicacies of Llano del Norte. First, we have dodol, a Marana delicacies that made from glutinous rice and fresh milk added with sugar. The second one is lechon. Probably you would like this, a crispy and crunchy delicacies. And the third one is silvanas, a Filipino frozen cookie consisting of a layer of buttercream sandwich level between two cashew meringue wafer coated with chocolate crumbs. And last one, we have here the province of Camiguin. Camiguin is known as the island born of fire from having the most number of volcanoes per square kilometer. This province has a land area of 23,795. The major industries are agriculture, fishing, and cottage industry. Camiguin has 0 city and 5 numbers of town and municipalities. Attractions and activities of Camiguin. There are 3 historical, cultural, and heritage attractions of Camiguin. The first one is Catarman Church Ruins. The second one is Cross Marker at Sunken Cemetery. The third one is a central home. These are the pictures of historical, cultural, and heritage of attractions. Natural attractions of Camiguin: the Katibawasan Falls, Tuasan Falls, Tangob Hot Spring, Macau Cod Spring, Mandigi Island, Mount Hibok-Hibok, Arden Hot Spring, White Island. And these are the pictures of natural attractions of Camiguin. And lastly, we have 2 belt attractions. First is Tanguines Lagoon, and second is Giant Clam Ocean Nursery. Range of accommodation of Camiguin. So, we have here the budget hotels less than 1,500 per night. The Marianitas Cottage, Pabuas Cottage, Aguhay Villa Forte Beach Resort, Camiguin Champs Travel Lodge, and lastly, Mabini Lodge. So, we have also made range hotel budget 1,500 to 3,000 per night. The Camiguin Highland Resort, Camiguin Volcan Beach Retreat and Dive Resort, Myrna's Bamboo Cottage, and lastly, Turtle Beach Cottage. And lastly, we have here the high-end hotel budget at least 3,000 per night. The Somewhere Else Boutique Resort and Balay sa Baybay Resort. So, we have here the food and delicacies of Camiguin. The first one is pastel. Pastel is a famous delicacy in Camiguin, a Filipino soft bun with yema filling originated from the province of Camiguin. The name is derived from Spanish pastel, and it is the heirloom recipe originally conceived by Eleanor Popera Jose. Second is lanzones. This is the home of the sweetest lanzones in the Philippines. Third is kipings. This is one of the most sought after snack in the province of Camiguin. And lastly, we have exotic sea urchins. Suwaki or sea urchins that both men usually sell to the tourists. As rare as its spiky look, its roux actually tastes exotic like fresh oysters. Festivals and special events of Camiguin. We have here the Lanzones Festival. On October, a 2 days grand festival composed of agri-cottage display, industry products and exhibits, barangay beautification, indigenous sport, display of local culture, and the grand parade of lanzones. Major cultural groups. Major cultural groups in Northern Mindanao region are Cebuano, Visaya, and Hiligayno. Also Subanen and Lumads. Major industry within this region include agricultural, fishing, and lastly, forestry. Language and dialects that are widely spoken in the region. We have here English, Cebuano, Binokid, Hiligaynon, Maranao, Waray, Ivatan, Tausog, and lastly, Subanon. And that's all. Thank you.